It is the Riot Podcast. What are you doing?
What
are you doing?
Now, see, I feel like you should be saying, what are you doing with your day? But it
Hey,
seems like you're saying it, what are you doing with your life?
Am I?
It just had a more
There's
intense tone.
There's a tone. Tone communicates a lot.
It does, and it seems like it did right there.
Communicates
We're only
a lot.
asking about the day. What are you guys doing today? No pressure.
Hey, what are you doing later? You want to listen to the podcast?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Sounds like fun.
Keep listening.
So in the podcast today, it's kind of angsty around here.
No, you're just going on vacation on Friday,
So I have
and you're
a lot
ready.
of opinions to get out.
You're ready.
So I talk about media exploitation, the Little Mermaid,
About possible princes.
trying to quit Stubs A-List, ice cream liquors again,
Another one.
who you should marry, according to science. And then we've got some talk about Stranger Things breaking some records, a new movie and a franchise that you've missed so much for the last 2 years that they're definitely bringing it back.
Oh, boy.
Burger King tacos and Obadiah shopping on Groupon again.
That's it.
Shopping on the Groupon again.
You got a nice list of things to listen to. I was going to say, is it well-rounded? I don't know if it is.
You know, why's it got to be round? Is that another fat joke?
Well, something. You guys will hopefully like it. Enjoy it.
We hope you like it because we live for your approval.
Obi is getting ready to go on vacation.
I am.
So we've got Worst of Riot stuff coming because he'll be gone starting on Friday. But if you want to join us now, he's digitally packing. So he's getting everything ready for books and games and music and movies and all that stuff. So if there's an app or a game that you think he should be using, check out RadioU Riot on our Facebook page. He's collecting the stuff there.
I'm going to take as many as possible with me so that I can not watch any of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, don't go overboard, but you want to plan, because what if you get caught and got to do family stuff?
Because
you're going to go see family.
Gotta have a way to ignore them.
You got to have something as backup.
Good call, Nikki. Good call. So, hey, listen, you guys seriously enjoy the podcast. Thanks for always hanging with us. And feel free to sound off if you got some ideas. Stop by our Facebook page, hit us up on Twitter, text us. You can find links to all of that stuff at riot.radiou.com. Oh, look at that yawn.
Oh, I was yawning.
Thank you.
And over to you.
Okay. All right, guys, it's your turn.
And now to you guys. Enjoy the podcast.
It's the Riot.
The definition of insanity is putting the riot on again and again and expecting a better result. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
So I don't know, I'm just living in a pop culture void. Haven't finished Stranger Things, haven't seen Spider-Man. My friend in Japan messaged me to say, I've seen Spider-Man, and I was like, well, that means I'm the only person left on Earth.
Literally the only person.
It's just me. It's fine. And then I see here Stranger Things, Netflix, who never, ever says how many people watch anything.
They started to.
They kind of started to say.
I feel like they're warming up to the idea to let you know when something does super good with, what was it, the Adam Sandler, Jennifer Aniston movie? They were totally fine with telling details on that, or at least the details came out.
She was. They were very excited to let you know that millions of suckers watched the new Adam Sandler movie.
Because they were like, what? If it would have equated into a $130 million box office weekend or something.
So they didn't
mind.
Well.
Yeah, they didn't mind saying those details.
So Stranger Things, they're excited to let you know, has been watched by 40.7 million households. And they say 18.2 million of those have finished it.
So do they count that for the weekend or up to today? Meaning are they saying, was it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that many households tuned into it? Or are they saying, I just didn't know what the cutoff point was?
You know what, Nikki? As always, you have an insightful question that I've not prepared for.
I bet you it's the weekend. I bet you it's the weekend, holiday weekend.
Going to guess you're right. I mean, today's Tuesday, and it launched on Thursday. Mm-hmm. So, and to be honest, I'm okay with if they threw in an extra day, it's fine.
Does it make you feel better that, out of 40 million, only a little over 18 have finished it? So if you haven't finished it yet, you're still in the majority.
I'm still in that 24 million people that have not had an opportunity to see it through. Or 22 million people.
You're still good.
Yeah. So, that's something.
I have 40 minutes left.
So you got all the way to...
Yeah, to the 8th episode. And then last night it was like, well, it was after 11 and it was way after 11.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Are you and Eric watching it together?
We are.
Okay. Because, see, I have a friend that I have, like, made a blood pact with that will watch it together. That slows the whole thing down.
It does. You just don't get to finish it as fast.
It does. It does. And
It's like we don't get to start until, like, 9 or 10 at night, and I don't feel like pulling an all-nighter for that.
You know what? We should stop talking about it. I'm going to get bitter. I'm going to get bitter about it.
Hey, say Obi goes on vacation. He's off starting on Friday.
Yeah.
You need to make the time on vacation to watch that.
Well, I may tell that person, like, look, it didn't happen before vacation. You're on your own now.
You're too late.
You're on your own. I'm sorry. I can't help you.
So that's the details on Stranger Things 3. Again, they said for 40.7 household accounts have tuned in to it since its release on July 4th, and 18.2 million have already finished the entire series.
I mean, I don't want to be a punk about it,
Or
but
season.
I've been enjoying watching it on my big TV with my big sound and big whatever. The idea of finishing it on a plane sounds terrible.
Just about right. No, it's going to be great.
I would much rather. I want to get the good setup with the good thing in the good place.
Nope, you'd watch the finale that way.
Wow. Not only are you already awake, but you're listening to The Riot? Your day is off to a pretty rough start. The Riot on Radio U.
So I actually really appreciate this when you really think about it. Michigan State University, they have done some testing, some surveys, some whatever, and here's what they're saying. They say that you've been, using an app or some online dating or whatever to find somebody that is compatible with you.
Yeah.
And they say, based on their research, using data from the panel study of income dynamics, which is a long-running household survey, what they found is that what seems to be more important than compatibility is marrying someone who is kind. And they say that if that person is kind, even like
if you're not compatible,
that kindness covers up the quote unquote incompatibility.
Sure.
So if you think about, I love this idea. It's just like, hey, even if, the survey says that you might not be compatible, it actually has more to do with how you treat each other than it has to do with your core. Like, we both like watching Netflix, and so we should get married.
Sure, because a lot of times you feel like you're supposed to find someone who's exactly like you, because then you feel like, oh, you're not going to fight or you're not going to have any conflict.
Yeah.
When
Nikki, conflict is the gateway to intimacy. They all say it is.
Then, really you're supposed to be looking for someone. If you find exactly you, then I don't think that's going to be as good of a thing. So even if they're a little different than you, you're still supposed to give them a chance.
So how about this? It says people invest. This is from Bill Chopik, Associate Professor of Psychology and Director of Michigan State's Close Relationships Lab. He says people invest a lot in finding someone who's compatible, but our research says that may not be the end-all, be-all. Instead, people should ask, are they a nice person? Do they have a lot of anxiety? Those things matter way more than the fact that the two people are introverts and end up together.
That's fascinating.
Well, it is fascinating because the other thing, too, is like over time, this kind of fascinates me. They talk about how, like, hey, you'll see people get married at 19 or 20, but they're very different when they're 25 and they're very different when they're 30. So it seems like more important than being the same is the ability to handle circumstances, because the person I was at 18 is certainly not the person I was at 19.
So even if you're compatible right in the moment, it doesn't mean you'll be compatible for the rest of your relationship. So better to still be nice.
Well, but if you think about it, like kindness is kind of a character trait that would carry forward versus both loving rock climbing may not.
That's right. I mean, you're right.
It may not be something that lasts. I love your choice,
your example. I don't know anybody who likes rock climbing.
I do.
So
I know a couple that rock climb together. I do. I ran into them.
What are you guys doing?
I ran into them at a gas station getting soda, and they were buying like power bars or whatever. Like, oh, we're going rock climbing down or whatever.
They're compatible.
I was like, I'm going to drink this soda and play Tomb Raider.
Yeah, we climb too. That's fine.
It's all the same.
Well, that's, I think, not just in relationships and dating, but remember, let's be kind no matter what.
I think it might go farther than we think it does. You know what?
Throwing it out there.
Michigan State. It's not me. It's Michigan State.
One day, a heroic time traveler will go back in time to make sure none of this ever happens. Until then, it's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
This is what I wanted to do, but I can't. We have to. You need a tiny house. You do. You guys need a real little tiny house to live in. And
I don't
you just
know
find
if these
yourself
are tiny houses like living in all the time, or is this you have a house and this is the...
Is this a vacation house?
This is the
guest
house
home?
in the back. Yeah, like a guest home or a office.
Nikki, you're showing your privilege right now.
Is it? I still think I need a home.
When Nikki's just like, you know what? I'm sorry. I couldn't possibly live in 400, 500 square feet. That is
It's just too much.
That's just
by
one-off.
too much, I mean it's too little.
Well,
I saw, was it last week? I think what they call, the man cave is a technical term.
I hate that word, but go ahead.
I saw someone else say a she shed.
Is that real? The man cave and the she shed?
It's a hard word to say, but a she shed.
She shed.
Yeah, so it's the woman's space outside, so you can have your own shed if you wanted it.
Real talk. I think my grandparents' house, I know this is like when I was your age kind of thing, but my grandparents, I think their house was like 800 or 900 square feet. And they had 4 kids.
Oh, really? And they in all that space?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it wasn't a dirt floor or anything, but when you look at this is like as big as their house. And we're like, yeah, it's a good office space, but it's kind of small.
It's a place for me to do my yoga.
It's no big deal. I do love the idea I would love to turn that into an office. And the idea that your office has a built-in tiny space for your bed. You just be like, I'm going to work. And
then you leave. You're technically leaving your house.
I'll be
you're
back.
Going somewhere else.
The only problem, we haven't even said what these are. These are tiny houses that Amazon is selling. They are DIY houses ranging in price from $5,000 to $64,000. And they ship you all the pieces that you need to assemble this house.
So you put it together, though.
Right. But you still have to provide the foundation. And if you want electricity, gas, water, that's all stuff that you're going to have to add yourself.
To it.
Yeah. So let's be clear. Even though for $19,000 you can have, 100 square feet? That really is a shed. Like at that point, 100 square feet.
How dare you? Okay,
I know.
that is spacious.
But think about it. That's a 10 by 10 room.
I know. I don't want it.
That's not very big.
And I'm not really into the whole it's all made out of wood. It's just got a look to it.
What do you
Very
want?
cabiny.
You know what, Nikki? I could probably, for a fraction of the cost of a wood home, we could buy you a metal building.
No,
and with the right stuff on it, it doesn't have to look like a metal building.
I don't mind an accent wall, but I just don't want the whole cabin look.
Oh, I actually think they look
cute.
Great. Like this one that has the blue trim on it. I could live in there, sure, whatever. The only problem is I don't see any air conditioning.
It's probably in the back. And I'm sure that when you find someone to put in the electricity and all that stuff, then they add the air conditioning.
Sure. Because, really...
If not, it's such a small space. You just buy one of the window unit ones.
Truth of the matter is, I think my basement is probably... like a 15 by 15 room? It actually might be bigger than that. I could easily live down there. Sure. There's no bed down there, but just throw a mattress. I'm fine.
Well, if you want a small, tiny cabin, then you can buy them there.
Yeah.
Comes in 3 big packages, and it comes to your door with all the stuff.
Okay. Am I crazy in saying that in reality, it looks really cheap, but once you start doing the math, it's actually not that cheap?
You're still buying a tiny home.
Might as well.
But I think you can find places locally that do that. I always see them on the side of the road where they're selling sheds.
And that's what these are.
You can buy a shed or a tiny house. It's all the same. One just puts windows in it.
Shed?
That's the only... Yeah, do you want a she shed? When I heard that, I thought, are we supposed to be offended by that? I don't know.
Hey, look, I watched Chip and Joe renovate a house for Mike Herrera from MXPX.
Yeah, I remember that one.
He had a whole extra house that was just for music. So
you can have that.
I can have a whole extra house that's just for...
Your games, your video
Sleeping.
games.
Things are never as bad as they seem, except when it comes to the riot. Then they're worse. They're always worse. It's the Riot on Radio U.
Gather around for story time.
Hey, here on the show, you guys know back in January or February of this year, I signed up for AMC Stubs A-List. That's kind of like their movie pass variant, where for them, at least in our state, it was $20 a month, $19.99 plus tax, and you get 3 movie tickets a week. You can go to any kind of movie, IMAX, Dolby, any of that stuff, and like it's all one fee. And first off, I actually think if you can get to the theater more often, it's a great deal.
You used to use Movie Pass, and then it went through the thing last year.
Yeah.
And you do better when you're using a service like that.
Yes. Now, this is not something that's been super convenient for me. I was talking to Matt from Waverly last night because he's a big AMC Stubs A-List guy.
Yeah.
And his movie theater is 1 mile from his house.
See, I think that's better, but, the location you're looking at going at is...
Yeah, I have to basically go on my way home from work, et cetera. It's not the worst.
But it's not the best.
But it's not the best. So I went ahead and signed up for this, but I've hit that point where between life and whatever, it's just not convenient enough.
Life and lack of movies.
Well, that and, let's say, why don't you go on the weekend? It's like a 35-minute drive for me to get to the movies on the weekend, which isn't that bad. But there's also an element of I haven't finished Stranger Things yet, so why don't I do this instead of that?
Sure.
So, et cetera, et cetera. What I'm saying is, it's not them, it's me.
Okay, so you're ready to take a break, or sometimes you just pause it for so many months and then you bring it back.
Well, last night I was, paying the bills, and while I was looking at my budget, I was like, you know what? It's time. It's just time. I spent $20 last month. I went to the movies twice. No, we're done. Let's cut the strings. Let's go.
Did you cancel it?
I did. But it's not that simple. You see, signing up for AMC Stubs, A-List, whatever, it's so easy. You just go in, you put your credit card in, and boom.
You're done.
Welcome to Stubs.
But when you're ready to leave, like most companies, they make it a little harder to leave.
It's not that easy to leave, Nikki. You can check out anytime you want, but you can never leave.
They just want to make sure that you do actually want to leave.
So I go onto the website to cancel it, and they're like, you go to this page to cancel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, where's the cancel option? There isn't one. You have to either call, or you have to have a live chat, or you have to send an email so they can get back to you.
Oh, that's the worst.
You cannot cancel until you've been consulted by a specialist.
So they can try to talk you out of it.
Here's what I love. They trust me to sign up. Oh, sure. I'm perfectly capable of making that decision on my own and handling all of my information. But when it's time to quit, they're just not sure I'm able to handle such a heavy decision without having somebody to talk me through some of my options.
They want to be with you in case you change your mind, or what can they do to make it to where you're still going to stay with them?
So I open the chat window. 15 minutes I have to wait in order for me to finally get somebody to cancel it.
Yeah, but still better than calling someone.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm working on something else. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. Finally, the person comes in. What do you think of course, they're going to try to get me to stay. What do you think their incentive was to stay?
1 or 2 months free.
Oh, no. That probably would have got me.
A free bag of popcorn? What else are they going to offer?
No. They offered me $5 in rewards bucks to use at the snack bar.
No, thank you.
Which $5 is what a complimentary water cup costs at the movie theater. So
you did pass on that, and you canceled.
I did. And get a load of this. I can't start it back up again for 6 months.
Well, why did they do that?
I guess because they don't want you canceling on a whim.
Sure.
They want you to really think hard.
Well, no, that it's actually the easier it is to cancel and join back again, the better it is for a company.
They don't want you taking a month off,
because they want you on a whim to then go back to it.
They want you committed.
6 months, so you can't even do it during Christmas time?
Nope. No. Can't.
That's fine. He's got $5 Tuesdays.
He
doesn't need you.
It's just one of those things. I'll tell you what. I almost didn't cancel because I was like, you know what?
But does that sour you at all with how it was?
Oh, that absolutely. That's look.
Is it ridiculous?
It's ridiculous. in this society we live in, I should be able to sign up and cancel all by myself and quickly and easily.
I just want to let you know that Remember the phone company that you switched to get a better price?
You think this is where I'm headed for?
This is a foreshadowing.
Yeah, sure.
Of the tiniest
glory divine.
Because he has 1 year of this amazing deal with this phone company.
$3.39 a month.
But if you look online, people hate this company when it comes to canceling or changing. And I just feel like this is what we're going to expect later on.
Hey, I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it.
It's not even going to be a live chat thing. They're going to have to come to your house.
I have to go to their house.
You have to go to them to cancel
in Spain.
The only morning show brave enough to say that chicken McNuggets are part of a balanced breakfast. The Riot on Radio U.
Mark in Midland, Michigan this morning says, as I was talking about trying to cancel my AMC Stubs A-List membership.
Yeah.
Which is basically Movie Pass for AMC, and it's hard to cancel.
But when he went to cancel, like you have to have a live chat with someone or a phone call where it's so difficult compared to signing up is easy. Mm-hmm. But with every company, it's so much harder to cancel.
Here's what Mark says. You're talking about things that are easy to sign up for but hard to cancel. I would say signing up for Planet Fitness Black Card was easy. But when you want to cancel, they act like you're in a contract, and then say you have to bring a written statement into Planet Fitness to cancel. You can't just call up and cancel.
So wait, you have to write out a written statement, or like bring in one from your doctor or something?
No, you have to write it out. Actually, that's really common with gyms.
Yeah, to have to write.
Gyms are very hard to quit. And by very hard, I mean you have to really put effort into it.
But it's not like shaming, but they just want to try to make it hard enough to where you just keep going.
Yeah. Well, they know that you're lazy enough not to come to the gym, so you're probably
writing things.
You're probably too lazy to write a letter, and so you'll just keep paying them.
I'm sure you can find a Google Doc that someone's already done, change out the info, and just use that.
Wait. I want to know if that exists.
It probably does somewhere. Someone's sharing that.
Breakup letter. Let's see if anybody's got it where, here's man writes formal breakup letter to Planet Fitness. But
I think you need to search a little differently.
You think so?
You'll probably find something.
There's got to be something like that. Well, you know what you could do? Take this guy's letter. Oh, my gosh. He signs it. All good things must come to an end, and I hope this letter finds you well. Just keep being you, and while we both grow, it will be into our new lives without each other.
See? You just take that.
I think this is for the better. Yours in Christ. Oh.
See, Mark, you could have just gone online, you print that out, you send that in, or you copy it if it needs to be handwritten.
I still think fondly of you and the time we spent together as I drive by one of your many locations. Sometimes when I'm alone, I even throw on one of my old Power Pop workout playlists and feel the rush of our past course through me as if we were still one, holding hands with your elliptical machine and gingerly brushing my sweaty bangs out of my face as I huff and puff in a tumultuous vortex of sweat and endorphins.
As I mentioned earlier, if a company made it easier to sign up and cancel and come back and forth, that was the only thing I really appreciated about Sling TV when I used that. It was so easy. They offered you the little, what can we do to make you stay? But it was just a pop-up, and you could still just cancel and come back and start again when you wanted to.
It was pretty great.
No phone call, no nothing.
So, hey, remember, if you got a breakup story,
aww,
corporate or otherwise.
Yeah, mostly corporate this morning.
You're listening to The Riot. Let's all work together today to live life with the patience of a Nikki dealing with an Obadiah.
Gotta hang in there and get through it.
You're listening to The Riot.
It's the sensation that's sweeping the nation.
Told him off air, I don't want this to become like some Instagram trend.
It's already there.
It's like, if you don't have a video of you doing this, do you even grocery shop? Do you even eat ice cream?
Are you even an Instagram star?
Are you even a human?
So here we go. We've got a guy named Lanice, 36 years old. He is now number 2, the second person to get internet famous for licking some Bluebell ice cream and putting it back in the freezer.
So you had the lady in Texas who is
under 18.
Under 18.
So we don't know her name.
So they're not sharing that information, but they do know who it is. And they're not saying also what, like, sort of punishment.
Mm-hmm.
But this man's 36. He's fair game.
Lanice is in trouble now, and he posted video of himself. He's from Belrose, Louisiana, licking some Bluebell ice cream twice, then putting it back in the freezer. It's clip is 37 seconds. And here's the thing about it, though. He says, well, okay, managers became aware of it. He returned it with a receipt to show, like, hey, I paid for that ice cream. And he's kind of claiming, like, it was just a joke. I didn't leave it in there. Like, it was just something I did and whatever. But they're saying, quote, this is from the sheriff's office. It's illegal. It is a health risk to others. We will pursue anyone we see do this. You will be charged.
So Jeff was texting, said, does Bluebell, it does not have a normal seal. And we talked about this with the first lady. With Bluebell ice cream, they make it and they do this special thing, like you were saying, that they flip it upside down and then it freezes into the lid, sort of, which is like the seal that it makes.
Right.
Because some ice cream you buy, it might have this little clip thing around it that you break, or it has a plastic thing that you pull back and then you can eat the ice cream. With this, it does not. You pull the lid off and that's
the seal.
That's the seal itself from freezing it upside down.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. Bluebell is figuring out how to make a new seal for their ice cream because
I'm sure they are.
They have now become the ice cream to do this with. As a result, like, they're targeted. They're triggered. They got a problem. And the rest of us do, too. Now I can't go to the store and buy ice cream anymore.
I don't want to.
No,
Even though this has probably been going on since ice cream started.
So it looks like, let's see, what is he being charged with? He's in jail. And his bond will be set by a judge today. But here's the part that I don't understand. Okay, if he bought the ice cream and they shot video of him licking it and putting it back, but he actually took the ice cream with him, and he has the receipt to show it.
What's the crime?
There's no crime being committed here other than doing something stupid on the internet. Like, what?
Maybe that's finally something you can get picked up for.
This says he's being charged with the unlawful posting of a criminal activity for notoriety and publicity reasons.
Well, they couldn't make a point with the other lady in Texas because she was too young. This guy, they can make a case with him, and they're going to use it to keep other people from trying to copy it.
So his argument is, hey, I didn't do anything. And they're saying in the law, it doesn't matter if you've made a video that makes it look like you are doing something illegal for publicity or notoriety. That is literally a crime, which I imagine that crime is different in different places, but that's what they're charging him with.
Let's not, and I know it's tempting, right? Don't we all walk down the ice cream aisle just saying, oh, gosh, I just love to lick all of it. Let's not.
You know what you do? There's actually an easy way to fix this. You just buy it, and then you sit in the parking lot and lick it.
All you want.
All you want.
And you can film yourself if you want to.
It's not as fun, though. What about the rush? Like, yeah, I just want to feel alive.
And you want to be a viral sensation.
I just want to feel alive.
I know, but you're not allowed to. You don't want to get in trouble.
Uncomfortable silences during that morning carpool? Not a problem. These two never shut up. It's the Riot on Radio U.
All right, guys. Let me tell you what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to start getting excited in here, okay? We need something that's just going to get us fired up. Woo! Come on, Nikki!
Yes,
feel
Obi!
it. Do you feel it?
I do, absolutely. Yes. I don't know what the Olympic music's for.
We're marching. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but Nikki spent the last 2 days going to the gym before the show.
I'm back at it.
And so you know what we're doing?
2 days.
We're getting her fired up.
2 days.
Woo!
2 days. Thank you.
Come on.
I'd like to thank Obi for always being here each morning.
She's feeling kind of, tired and stuff, and so we just want to keep her excited.
Woo!
She feels like it's starting to wear on her, and not here.
Well,
not today.
It was mostly because I stayed up watching a show last night, and I was
watching Stranger Things last night.
40 minutes left. 40 minutes to finish it. And then I was like, no, I can't stay up late for that and not get up and work out. Mm-hmm. So I still got up.
Come on.
Very tired.
You know what, Nikki? Come on.
It's nice to have people cheer you on.
I believe in you, Nikki. Come on.
Should I make it 3 days in a row tomorrow?
You can do it.
How long can she last? get up so early and
She
go
can
work
do it,
out.
guys. I know she can.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I know she can.
Oh, you're not still doing it, are you? You switched to the afternoon to work out.
I am working out in the afternoon now. I will probably go back to mornings in like September.
You should now, because it'll make me feel
That would
better.
make you feel better?
Yeah, I want to have a morning misery workout buddy.
I know. I hear you. I really, really should, but I'm not going to. It'll be, but like the time is coming.
You're not.
Not right now.
No, I just thought if I say it that way, maybe you'd change your mind.
No.
That's okay. Obi's going on vacation, so you're gone next week.
Oh,
so
yeah.
maybe when you come back, you'll be ready, and we'll see if I still go before when you're
I'm
gone.
gonna be when I come back from my Oregon trip. I'm always a mess for days.
Takes a while to get back.
It's almost a whole week.
Okay,
to
so
get
then
me
about
back.
that time, it'll be August, and you're right. You'll switch back in there.
It'll be just about time. You're right.
The whining, the loathing, the insightful commentary on postmodern historical doctrine. Okay, maybe not the last one. You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
We're talking about Little Mermaid. Do we have any Little Mermaid music?
No, and
Under
Chris
the
is fixing the
sea.
thing right now.
Oh, we don't get anything?
You know, you can sing it though.
No.
Under the sea.
Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. That's all I remember
Up
from
on
it.
the land,
Oh,
fish
the
going to
hot,
cook. Under the sea, we off the hook. Under the sea.
Under the sea.
Dun, 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 dun. Actually, if you want to know my favorite song from The Little Mermaid, Les Poissons.
Oh, really?
It's very short. The chef.
Yeah.
Les Poissons, Les Poissons. Hee, 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 ha, ha, ha.
I can see that being your song.
That's my favorite part of
Your
The
favorite
Little Mermaid.
part. So everybody is loving the Mulan trailer. Okay, well, let's go with Disney. So
There's so many things
so
here,
much stuff.
right? And we're getting it all out in one break. I'm not giving them any more show.
Okay, that's all everybody gets. So Aladdin came out, and people are like, but it still made pretty good money. So you got Aladdin. The Lion King thing comes out next week.
It's not live action. It's computer generated. Thank you.
Okay, so there's that. And then everybody started talking about The Little Mermaid because they came up with the one lady who's going to be The Little Mermaid.
And can I just, this is the one thing I want to say about it, okay?
Yeah.
3 people got mad because she has dark skin and Ariel doesn't have dark skin in the animated movie. And thanks to the internet, 3 angry people becomes everyone is so racist. And it's like, no, 3 people are stupid and everybody in the media picked up the story.
And you also got a small sliver who really did think it was Halle Berry. Who at first, and
Let me tell you what.
You're the only one.
The first time I read it, I was
thought-
like,
I thought-
why would they cast?
No.
She's way too old for that.
I said, wow, they're really skewing older, aren't they? But she was in John Wick 3, so that's fine. But it's not her, it's the other person.
Same thing.
So
it
then
happened.
Mulan came out with a trailer, and that actually looked really good for the live action
Trailer
Mulan.
looks fantastic.
So now people are going back to on Twitter.
Which, by the way, wait, just real quick. Some people are calling that Crouching Tiger, Hidden Mulan.
Works. And by the way, the Mulan lady's like in her 30s, so like
Whatever.
She's supposed to be a young, but she really looks young. But then people on Twitter were going back to Little Mermaid saying, hey, who should be Prince Eric? And they were tweeting a lot of their suggestions.
And then Nikki was like, Keanu Reeves, because he's every man.
I think he can still be aged into it. Like...
You know, a young woman in love with a slightly older man, but he's a prince.
He's such a nice prince.
When you're a man and you're rich, you can marry as young as you want.
And he looks younger than he is. So I still vote for Keanu Reeves.
Okay, let's see. Here's some of their suggestions. Noah Centineo, Henry Cavill.
He looks like
he
it.
looks like him.
Anybody who has the eyebrow arch.
That's
does
crazy.
that with their face.
This photo of him next to the guy from The Little Mermaid, it's weird how much they look
Isn't
alike.
it Prince Eric? Is it Prince Eric from Little Mermaid?
That is, yes, Prince Eric. That's right. Let's see, Shawn Mendes. Yeah.
He looks a lot like him.
I could totally see that. Alex Landy, Harry Styles. No, that's not going to work. Let's see. And then we've got some other. I like people.
Well, then everybody was trying to pick older, really not Prince type stuff.
Jerry Seinfeld.
I like this Steve. Is it Steve?
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, I thought he was funny.
Okay, well, these. Whoa. Okay, some of the other casting that people have down there, crazy time right there. Actually, this is a pretty good one. Scarlett Johansson as Ursula. That
No,
works.
it's supposed to be the other lady. From if you scroll down, you'll see Melissa
What?
McCarthy.
Okay, that would
It's
work
supposed
too.
to be her, I think.
All right. Well, there you go. So, The Little Mermaid is coming back. Wait.
I'm just saying the Keanu thing's still good. He could go from, what was it, Duke Kaboom, right on into that.
He's already got a Disney
John Wick,
contract.
he does. He's very versatile. And
no problem.
I'd love to see him in that.
Angela says Terry Crews.
Oh, that'd be so. Well, no, he's supposed to be. What did he want to be? King Triton.
Is it? But haven't they already cast King Triton, or is he King Triton?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I'm in favor of Terry Crews being whoever he wants to be. If he wants to be King Triton, put him in there.
Put him in the movie. He'd be a great choice.
He's got more muscle in his forearm than I have in my whole body.
I guess I just don't know what Disney wants to do with it. Like, are we going to sing in this movie? Are we not going to sing? Are we going to? Because with Mulan, they changed it up. Like, it's not like the animated version.
That's what we think.
I don't know.
I haven't seen it. I mean, Aladdin it still had musical numbers in it.
But it wasn't as musical as the animated one, was it?
I don't think so. I think I slept through some of it.
Are people really still listening to the Riot? You don't have work to do or laundry to fold or literally anything else to do? The Riot, Radio U.
I got to get this out, Nikki. We as a society have got to stop reporting that people on the internet are jerks as if that was news. Have you guys noticed that? It always pops up on the news. So, like, again, back to this Ariel thing. They cast a girl as Ariel. She's got darker skin. And, like, somebody somewhere makes a racist comment online. Or Tuesday. I mean, like... Right? I mean,
but then when they're only solely focused on that, it makes it seem like everybody is.
I just get really tired of, again, it's like, hey, someone's a jerk on the internet. You better believe it. Someone was a jerk to me in the parking lot at the store the other day, or like whatever. I just don't feel like that's news. And I think it actually, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it almost increases the level of racism by raising its profile.
I feel like if it becomes...
Okay. Sorry, what can I fix that? It's not that it increases the level of it, but it raises the profile of it in a way and almost legitimizes it. It's like some guy in his basement somewhere says something mean. Don't give him any more publicity. Like, he's got 3 followers on Twitter. Like, don't turn him into a news story. Just don't.
But they try.
Yeah, okay. See, it's a whole thing. I feel like
is it?
It is. I feel like it's this click-driven internet that we live in, where it's like they will do anything. Well, what draws eyes? Controversy does. Mm-hmm. So you take somebody who doesn't deserve a platform, who doesn't deserve the attention, and then you shine a light on them, because if you shine a light on them, people will click on your light and see your ads. And you need that click-driven stuff to keep your quote-unquote news website in business.
And a lot of people know what to say to get people to look at them, so they're just saying what they say.
Tail wagging the dog.
Mm-hmm.
It's so ridiculous. Now, again, I'm not saying like, well, you know what then? Obadiah doesn't care. Of course I care. But what I'm saying is my caring is being exploited. I think we allow ourselves to be exploited by the media outlets that are giving people a platform that don't deserve it as a way to outrage us, so that we then go and click on the media outlet and they make money on us. That's it. I said it. I got it out. That's what I was thinking. That's how I feel about it. I don't want to hear from the racist or the media outlet. Just boom.
Okay.
The Riot has now been downloaded. I hope you installed some antivirus. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
So going on vacation this week, I'm actually leaving Thursday afternoon/night. And just as a side note, my flight back, it's a red eye.
Oh, you're doing that? It always seems like a
terrible idea.
No, it seems like a reasonable idea when you're booking it, because you talk yourself through it like, I'll sleep and you'll be fine, but it never is.
You won't be fine. No one's fine.
You won't sleep. You won't be comfortable. It's going to be miserable.
Anyway, where were we? Oh, so I've got this flight and I've got some time. I'm actually, where I'm going in Oregon, there's nothing. Like, there will be no Wi-Fi. There will be no whatever. Like, no phone connection, whatever. At least for a few days. And I don't want to spend all of that time staring at a screen. I really don't. But I was thinking that it might be kind of fun. I never play games on my tablet, almost never. So I thought, maybe it would be a fun time to grab a game or two and play on my tablet while I'm out there, or at least on the flights back and forth.
So you're saying you don't get a connection, though, to where you can stream it?
Right, and I can't play... what I'm trying to say is I can't play games like Marvel Puzzle Quest or whatever, because while I do enjoy that game, it requires an internet connection to play. So I am looking for some good offline phone games to play. That being said, if you just have one that you want to throw out that is something else, but it is connected, you can go ahead and send it my way. Now, I have already, Nikki, started the conversation.
Yeah, start the list.
On the Riots page here. And let's see. David says, Fury Survivor Pixel Z.
That's quite a name. It's on our RadioU Riot Facebook page.
Yes, you can stop by there. That's a heck of an answer. Kyle says Dead Cells, which I looked. I don't think Dead Cells is actually available yet on Android. It's coming to Android. Zach just texted in. He said Tank Stars. I don't know what that is. Ricky says...
I bet you're a tank and you're a star, so...
You're the star of the tank show?
Bet you're driving the tank around.
What if it's about fish, Nikki?
Yeah, maybe. It works either way.
Right. Aaron says any of the Room games. There are 4 of them, and they're great. Ricky says XCOM, which I played XCOM on the computer. I was kind of eyeballing that. $5, and that's everything. Like, you don't have to, there are no microtransactions. There's no whatever. You just pay $5. You get the game. That's it. That sounds like a good thing, right?
Since you're camping, maybe you need, what was that one? The Stardew Valley. Can you play that offline?
Yes. In fact, Nicole suggested Stardew Valley, and I have Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
Just sitting there waiting in the wings. Luke says old school RuneScape. I don't know what that is. Augie says Lego Tower. Sam says Knights of the Old Republic. I also have that. So I guess what I'm saying is
People said the Lego Tower is really cute, but like an addictive, cool way.
I don't know what that is.
It's that tower game, but then it's just the Lego version.
Wait. Is it the... Okay, yes, because I played like the Star Wars Death Star Tower.
It's the tower one, but now it's just Legos included.
I will tell you, those tower games, I played the original, whose name I can't remember. I played Death Star Tower. Those are fun. They are fun, but I'll tell you what. You really want to spend the extra money to get the whatever to make the timer go faster.
Maybe you'll be fine. You'll spend a little, but not too much.
Tim says Lemmings, and Mike says Star Trek Timelines. Well, again, I don't know if I can play Star Trek Timelines on my tablet, because I think I'll have to have a Wi-Fi connection.
He'll be in the wilderness of the Oregon coast.
I really am going to some high lakes, which is not like...
No, it's
high lakes, because that's legal in Oregon.
That's also somewhere there.
But it just means the elevation's high, so it'll be in some mountains, and I'm told there's just nothing there.
Nothing but the beauty and the majesty of the land.
That's right. So, all right. Well, hey, stop by our Facebook page, facebook.com/RadioU Riot. Let me know what your current phone thing is.
Obadiah and Nikki tried their hardest, and that's what really matters. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
You know what the thing I kept thinking about is, what if I could watch a brand new Saw movie on the plane?
I never got into them.
No, me either.
It's not my thing. And sometimes I don't mind like certain styles of violent movies, but I don't like...
Nikki likes highly stylized violent movies starring Keanu Reeves.
And is that wrong?
I didn't say it was.
That's what I like. It's not just Keanu, but just highly stylized, that style. Mm-hmm. I don't like Saw or more like...
torture porn is the word you're looking for.
That's exactly it. I don't like that stuff.
Yeah. Well, me either. But
it's back.
They are giving us a Saw, quote unquote, reboot. But it's not really a reboot because it takes place in the Saw universe.
Mm-hmm. Like it's a Marvel thing.
There's a phrase I didn't think I would need to utter anytime soon. The Saw universe.
So let's see. The last movie, which was Jigsaw, was in 2017. And so this one will be out on October 23rd. 8 Saw films have grossed almost $1 billion. The one that I thought was weird on this is it's actually produced, and he came up with the storyline for the movie, is Chris Rock.
Yep.
And he's doing the Saw movie.
Well, and he's going to be in it as well. Samuel Jackson's going to play his dad. Chris Rock is the police detective.
The police detective.
So that That's going to be happening. And he'll probably be the police detective back in Saw 2.
So that's the next one if you're into that style of movie.
Mm-hmm. And, okay, you know what else? Just as a side note, Samuel Jackson is 70.
Is he that old?
He is 70 years old, and he is in movie after movie after movie.
Well, what is he in, though, that...
He's in Spider-Man Far
where
From
he's
Home.
not a character, like... I think that helps make him younger. Is he in anything where he's not associated with some sort of superhero thing?
Oh.
You get
like
what I...
No, I do know what you mean.
Is that what helps him stay young because of all the costumes and the aspect on that side of it? Whereas if you just saw him in like a drama, would he really look older?
I think he's aged really well. He goes with the shaved head thing. So you don't have any gray hair anywhere to
make
like
him look
signal that there's some age there. And like, I don't know. He looks good, man. But if you were 70, would you want to be still working? Like,
yeah, you would.
He must like it. I don't know. That's just my thought. Is like at 70,
You'd like the money.
Okay. John Carpenter. He's a famous director from the 70s and 80s, though he's made movies in the 90s.
Didn't do the vampire stuff.
Yeah, he's done a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
And so everybody wants him to make more movies. And somebody interviewed him a couple of months ago, and he was like, yeah, I kind of just like drinking coffee and playing NBA 2K on my Xbox.
Because he's older. He just wants to not do anything.
I love that. He's just like, hey, do you want to be out doing movies? I don't know.
Not really.
This Xbox is pretty great. Amazing.
Well, not Samuel L. Jackson.
Not Samuel L. Jackson. So I'll tell you, I'm just so excited. Maybe I'll just take all the Saw movies on the plane with me and I'll get all caught up.
Gosh, can you imagine getting off that plane? You'd be so... something. Don't know what the term would be, but you'd be it. Derek said, how can they reboot after only 2 years? But yeah, it's not technically a reboot like Obi was saying. They're calling it in the Saw universe.
Yeah.
So it's around. Not up and down, it's around.
It's still
for the storyline.
A thing.
Mm-hmm.
The Riot really wanted to do this live, but now they can play video games and eat rice cakes instead. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Thank you, Lisa, for texting us a picture of she's wearing 3 hoodies.
Oh, at the lake fishing? Yes. Are you going to fish when you're in Oregon, or you just like to go to the lake?
I got family members that fish. I'm just like, look, fish are gross. They taste gross, they smell gross, and they feel gross on your hands.
So why fish for them?
There's nothing about the process I enjoy except for the sitting there part. And I can skip all the gross parts. And you know what? I got another one for you. I think putting worms on hooks, gross. I think cleaning a fish, gross. And why would I quote unquote clean it? And by clean it, you mean clean it out. I mean, you've already, like, you're kind of, it's been suffering, you know, like suffocating a little bit at a time in the little water that you have with you. And then you're like, hey, fish, I'll throw you back. Just kidding. I'm going to take a knife to you and gut you. Just so I can
so
not
is that a
eat
no?
you.
Okay, you're not going to?
There is not, aside from the sitting on the boat, which I thoroughly enjoy.
Sure. You just don't want to do anything, though?
What do I want fish for? Fish is gross. There's nothing good
Some people
about
like
fish.
to eat it.
No, that's wrong. Like, if you like fish, that's wrong. It's a bad thing. I mean, I actually think somebody makes this joke, but it's so true. The best compliment you can give fish is that it doesn't taste like fish.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
That's got to be in a stand-up routine somewhere. But it's so true. Every time you tell somebody you don't like fish and you don't want to eat it, they're like, this doesn't even taste fishy. And it's like, then why don't we not have fish at all? I'll take a burger. I'll take some chicken McNuggets.
Anything besides that.
Anything like that. No, I don't want to fish.
No. Now, what about Groupon?
You know what? Let's just take a break.
Oh, we need to talk about it.
We'll get to Groupon.
Okay.
We're 2 minutes in. I need an hour to talk about Groupon.
You don't want to possibly start that?
I'll tell you this. It's not a fishing Groupon. Don't worry yourself. And you know what? Let me just tell you what.
Oh, there's more.
If you're a guy or a girl, you know, I feel like as a man, I'm supposed to like fishing. If you don't like it, don't let them fish shame you. Okay? Don't let them do it. Don't let them make you.
What if you do like it?
That's fine.
Doesn't go back the other way.
It's fine. You're one of those weird ones, but it's fine. I don't want to impale a worm on a hook.
You can use lure or other stuff, can't you? You don't have to use a worm.
Who even wants to? All right? Like, I don't like it, okay? I just don't like it. And it's okay for me not to like it.
That's correct.
Just like it's okay for you to like it.
But you still don't understand.
I don't understand. I mean, I do understand why you like it, but it's still gross. But it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It was bad enough the first time around, but now it's worse. Don't believe us? Just keep listening. You'll find out soon enough. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
I'll tell you what, y'all, we're going to party like it's 2004.
Is that around the year that feels like?
2009. I don't even know where it belongs, but it belongs in the past, Nikki.
There was something called GROUPON back in the day, and it's still around.
Oh, it still exists?
It had better times, I feel like.
Maybe. I don't know.
Then it was just selling like plastic surgery and
dentistry
and just very odd stuff. So you weren't actually getting a deal anymore.
Okay. How about this? What even feels older than Groupon? Dave & Buster's.
Is that also still around?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There's one right over yonder.
Over there?
That way.
There's that way?
Yeah. And I mean, I never go there because I feel like it's just way overpriced for everything. Food, games, et cetera, et cetera. But
what'd you get?
I got an unlimited play card.
Oh, no.
For 2 people for 1 day. $25.
So is that good? Wait, 25 each or 25 for both of them?
25 for both of you. So I can go to Dave & Buster's with a friend and we can play games all day.
All day?
All day.
So it seems to be a day you need to really book out the whole thing.
So here's what I'm thinking is you start with lunch and I'll buy lunch at Dave & Buster's. Sure, whatever.
No, you don't play that game. You go eat and then you go.
Then you go over there.
Yeah, you bring in your food. Come on.
You leave and eat dinner and then you come back.
You don't buy food at the movie theater. You shouldn't buy food there. You're going to have to get it somewhere else.
I'm walking around Dave & Buster's with a can of Diet Coke. And a sandwich that I brought from home.
They're like, oh, he's one of those Groupon guys.
Yeah, we knew who he is.
We know who he is, but we got him in.
It's like when you stay at a hotel and you're, quote unquote, the Priceline customer.
They know you saved money somehow.
Oh, dude. Seth says the Riot skips work, Dave & Buster's.
We could totally do that.
That sounds like fun. Mm-hmm. It's not too late for you to get in on this Groupon,
for arcade
Nikki.
games. I think I'd be more into it once I got there.
I went to Dave & Buster's. It's been like 3 years ago.
Way to go! Way to go!
I'm just telling you.
Fruit Ninja there or something?
Oh yeah,
is that what I remember?
There actually were some really fun stuff, and I played this Kung Fu Panda drum game. Loved it.
Well, look, you can have the whole day with it.
I know.
All you want.
I know.
You have to pace yourself, too. Just, do a light workout the day before, stretch, get ready, because you could get physically tired.
Yeah, well, and take a couple 5-hour energies with me. I'm going to make sure I get all my money.
Seems like between that and the food you're bringing in, you need to bring a big bag.
Don't you think? Okay, but that was a good deal, right? $25
I don't know how much it is to compare it to. It feels actually too much, but I don't know how much it costs.
I think a game at Dave & Buster's is like $8.
But I don't think you'd be spending the whole day, so as long as you really take them on that.
You know what? I feel like if I stayed there for, let's say, 2 hours, I feel like I would have
got your money back and more
than my money out of it, yeah. So... Plus, think of all the arcade. Going to an arcade now is weird because it used to be that there would be all these arcade games and you get the home version at home. And now there's all your home games and they give you an arcade version.
Sure.
Like, hey, Fruit Ninja. Yeah, I mean, it was a phone game, but now you can pay $4 to play it one time.
I can actually play it. They're throwing fruit at you.
Why wouldn't you want to do that?
Well, you let us know when your day's coming or if you need someone to go
no,
with.
I don't want to tell anybody because I don't want everybody to go over there and crowd the place up. I want to go over there all by myself.
I just think it's funny because normally you're like, I'm not spending money. I'm not spending money. I'm not spending money. And then you're like, well, I spent money on a Dave & Buster's Groupon card.
I think that sounds like fun. Nikki, that's an experience.
And you want to live your life.
You want to live your life. And so while other people are like, I got me a fishing license.
Not you.
You know what I got? $25 for all day.
You got a play card.
And it's for 2 people, so I could spend it $12.50 with a friend.
See, that's even better. You're building friendships.
Come
having
on,
fun.
relationships.
If you're looking for all the funny moments you missed during the riot, we apologize. You won't find them here. There weren't any. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
You know what, Nikki? I think we need to stop and be a little more careful with the phrase looks good to us. And sometimes we need to go a little bit deeper because looks good to us is what gets us.
Is that superficial?
Well, it's what gets us Burger King tacos.
Which are back. I didn't know Burger King had tacos, but they did about a decade ago, and they are doing a nationwide taco release with $1 for their crispy tacos.
That's not a good idea.
So let's see. They had as recent as 2010, it looks like, on their value menu. That was the last time they really had a taco option. This is a limited time, and it's out now at most of the locations for the BK Crispy Taco. I think now that their Stranger Things thing was done, they needed something else.
Yeah, okay.
For the upside down burger.
What's
my take on it?
What's your honest take on a Burger King taco?
Now, I don't want to offend anybody.
Please.
But it's not so much about the taco. It's just I've never been to a Burger King where they've got it all together. And so I've never had an enjoyable experience.
Ever?
Pretty much.
What about the one? Have you been to the new one over there?
I've not been to that one.
It's been a while, but I had 2 spectacular experiences there. As in, they served me food that tasted exactly the way I wanted Burger King to taste.
That's a miracle.
And they got my order right.
That's usually the problem. The orders, like the last time I went to there, they forgot one of the hamburgers in the order. So I went back through, but they never gave me a receipt. So the guy's like, yeah, where's your receipt? I go, well, you didn't give me one. And they didn't want to give me the hamburger that I still ordered. And I'm like, I'm not lying. I'm not just making a game out of this to get an extra hamburger, you know.
Did you give me what I ordered?
I just wanted the one that I ordered that I paid for, but I just have not had good experiences.
Well, this one over here
is a mess.
It's not a good one. You go in there, the manager's just mad at you for being there.
And then if you go up past it, there's another one up north. It's even worse. Nice people there, but man, they don't want to do anything.
This one over here that Nikki's talking about, I went in there and I was like, oh, do you guys have a freestyle machine?
Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Were you there for that?
I think so, because it's not. It looks like one.
Well, the manager's like, it's just never good enough. No matter what we do, why don't we have this? Why don't we have that? And I was like, whoa, man. Are you my dad?
What did we do wrong?
I was just asking. I didn't mean it.
So I'm not one to go there because it's just not very stellar things back.
Oh, well.
But maybe there's other locations where it's been better, and I could go for a taco.
Burger King tacos. They're nationwide, everybody, and they're $1.
And that's available now, but it's for a limited time.
Just not good enough for you, is it?
I think if we hit up the newer ones. So look for a new location. And we'll go over there. You guys can't see us pointing.
Yeah,
but
you don't. I'm telling you, the other Burger King, the new one.
Yeah, it's better.
Great experiences.
Good.
It's by the new Panda Express,
which is also, I've been there. That one's good.
I haven't been there
because at the old Panda Express is when the manager yelled at me.
That's the one you can't go to.
Because he thought I was using a counterfeit 20 and I wasn't, and she was screaming at me through the window. Why are people screaming at other people? That's the bigger part of this. You know, why?
We just can't go anywhere, can we?
I know, and it's a shame. We weren't doing anything wrong.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.
They taste gross, they smell gross, and they feel gross on your hand.